Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Cassidy or Starr, and I am a Light Renegade, part of a collective of Pleiadian beings bringing you information from beyond the veil and the galaxies beyond. Thank you so much for being here. Apologies, I am still a little bit poorly. I've had a few days off, so please bear with me. 17:17 on the clock there. I love when that happens. Today I am channeling a message from the Anunnaki that I received today, and they're wanting to explain why they wish to return. So if you haven't watched the first transmission from them, you might want to go back. But this is the first official message from them, and kind of diving into a little bit more about them and what their efforts are right now, what their mission is right now, and what they are doing. Over the weekend I kind of had something quite strange happen. The way that I work in relation to the universe is that I see signs and synchronicities and significant images everywhere, and I have something in my room that's kind of like this, well yeah, just a massive bag that's full of things. And I woke up one morning and I rolled over to see a face in there, and I was a little taken aback because his face looked pretty angry, and this face looked pretty angry, pretty directly at me, and this was not a face that I've seen in this bag. This bag hasn't moved for a while. It's not something that I touch every day, and I was like, there is literally someone staring at me through that bag. And admittedly I did actually have a little bit of a freak out, because I was like, I don't know what this is. Granted, the other information that we're channeling at this time, I was kind of like, I don't know who this is, I don't know what they want, but I don't like it. So it took me a little bit of time to kind of calm down, and then I sort of eased into my day. So I tuned into, my guides and everyone, and I was like, what's going on? What does this mean? And then immediately alarm bells went off, and I was kind of like, Anunnaki. This was an Anunnaki face. And first of all, I was like, didn't fancy leading with that, everyone. Thank you. Absolutely scared out my wits for a split second there. But it was kind of like an acknowledgement of needing to trust myself. I'm being really pushed to trust my own instincts, trust my own guidance and inner resolve at this time. Like a lot is happening, a lot of shifts are happening in terms of energy, so I'm really being guided to trust my inner compass and kind of not rely too much on asking the powers that be that I'm connected to, which is obviously great. They feel like they can trust me now, but also it is quite a lot to deal with. So if you are seeing signs and you are fearful, make sure you are just sending out love. As soon as I feel anything that I don't like, I literally just send out energy from my heart space, from my heart chakra, and I just envision myself encapsulated in white light and golden light, and I just send love out to that being and say, if you are not here for my highest good, I do not wish for you to be around me. If you are something that I don't know, I'm kind of not wanting to interact with you right now, so please don't be near me. I kind of put that intention out there, and those things have to abide, and call in those things that you feel really strongly connected to. I always like to call in the angels for support, so that's just another little tip from me. I feel like it's important to share that I felt that this face that I was seeing was of an ethnicity that I don't think that people necessarily relate to being connected to the Anunnaki. So this face looked African American to me. I'm of Jamaican, so Caribbean background. My dad is white Irish, my mum is black Jamaican. So this face looked like a black person. This face looked like a black man to me, which I found really interesting. And obviously that kind of answers a few questions for some of you out there, I think, at this time. So there was also that to note. But this is a message from the Anunnaki. It is titled, Why We Wish to Return. They started with, hello dear souls, we wish to relay a message to you, a message of strength, that we see you all sharing at this time. The energies of this world are being amped up to levels which you have never experienced before in your human vessel. We see you fighting for your sanity, for your life, and for your freedom. We know that we had a part to play in many of you suffering. Many of you felt left out in the cold and like you did not matter. We wish to say we apologize greatly. We are doing all that we can with all the powers that be to correct our past wrongs. We are working behind the scenes with many of you at this time as your guardians, as your advisors of light, and as your right-hand companions. If you feel our energy and you feel triggered, to you we wish to say we are abundantly regretful. Regretful for any harm we may have placed upon you in the past, and we wish to correct all of our past wrongs. We know that many of you wish to feel the freedom you have once felt and lived in other lifetimes, and we are doing all that we can to help you in this transition. We know we have worked with many of you from the beginning, at the beginning of all creation. We helped to create you. That is why it felt like an ultimate betrayal when we began to use you for work, for breeding, and for experimentation. Yes, we used you to create many different types of beings. We were trying to create the perfect slave, the perfect warrior, the perfect moldable being to use for our entertainment. We know that this is wrong, and it has taken many years for us to be able to be at the point we are now, seeking forgiveness. The Galactic Alliances and federations that have allowed us to return on strict conditions and guidelines as to whom and what we are allowed to share and be involved in. Please do not fear us or our energy, for some of you may be seeing us at this time, lights in the sky. We travel mostly by clouds. This is a confirmation for many of you have seen our ships in the sky. No, not flying saucers, but what you might call battleships. This is how we have always traveled and will continue to do so at this time. We are with you, dear souls, and we wish to give you great information to ease your journey, your rebirth. Thank you for being here with us and allowing us to help you. This is of great comfort to us knowing all that we did in our past, and we wish to help only create a better level of existence for you. For now, this is goodbye, but do keep an eye out on the skies. Now, I found that really interesting because I did do kind of a bit of research on the Anunnaki over the Christmas period that we had off. And for the longest time now, probably for the past 5 to 6 months, I've been seeing clouds and I've been like, you're not a cloud, you're not a cloud, you're not a cloud, and just knowing in my heart that something was hiding in the clouds. So it's really great for me to have that confirmation. But also I think for many of you that know a lot about this history, I think that they are going to be putting things into place that will make sense to you. So I'm grateful that they are here. I'm grateful that they have decided to use me as a channel, and I definitely know that they are wanting to send some healing our way. There's a lot of kind of tidbits in there to move forward with the fact that they have divulged that they were there at the beginning of creation, that they helped create us. I think that's something that has been asked for a very long time. So there is confirmation of them being the ones that helped create humans. Which is obviously of great importance. So if you feel called to do more research on them, on kind of what you believe at this time, please do so. All I can say is that I am channeling what is happening here in my timeline. At the beginning of my journey, you know, I was kind of really, not just myself, but the other Light Renegades, Cabello and Anna-Maria and myself, we did channelings together, and it was very much you have to trust the information that you're being given. You have to trust your timeline, because there are many people channeling many different things that are on different timelines to us, and that is okay. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm not entirely sure how this is all going to come together in the end, but I do know that obviously we are working with at least 2 predominant different timelines right now, and there are some that are kind of fast tracking, there's some that are kind of taking the more scenic and slower route around. So trust in the information you are being guided to. If you hear these messages and they are not for you, that is completely okay. You are not wrong. I am not wrong. Neither of us are wrong. you will find your way, you will find the correct information for you. I just really wanted to stress that point, and it's okay to feel confused. I think there is a lot of conflicting information out there. All I can do is channel my information that I am getting, and that is what I put out there, you know. So if you have other information from other channels that you receive and that you trust that. I'm not here to tell you that they are wrong. All I can do is say that I am channeling what I feel is in my heart to be the truth right now, that is in my own personal timeline. So other people might be on different trajectories, other people might be talking about different timelines. So it's important to kind of have that in the back of your mind when you're starting to research, and trust that your heart will know what is right for you. What is right for one person might not be for the next, and that might be even with regards to your friendship groups and your families. You know, it's kind of, I've been up against many different ideologies and ideas in my lifetimes, and I spent a lot of time with human beings, understanding them and researching them. I realized from this lifetime alone, I spent a lot of time in public facing work, and I didn't necessarily enjoy it for the longest time, but also I did, and I learned a lot about different human beings, and this all makes sense to me now. So trust you are where you are supposed to be in your journey right now, and trust that you will know the right souls and the right spaces to be in receiving your information. But kind of intuitively try and tap in. Don't just listen to everything and believe it. Even things that I say, you know, question everything I share with you. It might not be for you, and I say that with the most amount of love for you, and I want you to be on the journey that is right for you. So if this is not your space, you will find your space. I promise you. It took me a long time of trial and error before I found out the right information that I wanted to for myself, and kind of where I wanted to be receiving my information. A lot of information I actually got through the divination tool of tarot cards and oracle cards. Now I do have an oracle channel, which I will link in the description below, and I did many channelings at kind of the beginning of last year, bringing information forward for light beings and for starseeds, and in particular Pleiadian beings too. So if you resonate with that and you feel called to head over there, then please do check that out also. But that is it from the Anunnaki today. I don't know when they'll be back, but I know they do have healing for us and more information in due time. But for now, go well, take care, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow if you are following in divine right timing. But take care for now.